Hello there. Are you over 60 or approaching 60? Well, I have many clients over the years who, when approaching retirement, were really concerned about what were they going to do? How would they fill the time? Indeed, who were they when they weren't being whatever role it was they had at work? One of the things that I've recognized is that many people over 60 feel it's a sort of gentle slide down into oblivion, when I think the reality is something very, very different. I believe that you've spent all of these years, 6 decades, creating experience, expertise, having an opportunity to develop skills and to learn about yourself and learn about life. And we need those skills, we need that experience, we need that expertise, particularly as we are now entering a new era of normal, a new era of consciousness, where it's going to be so important that people who have those skills, who have that capacity to recognize patterns which have gone on, you're going to be needed. Now, I thought long and hard about what should I do about that. So I've created a book for people who are approaching or over 60 and who do not want to waste those talents. The book's called Genuinely New, a powerful journal and action planner discovering your new leadership identity, powerful purpose, and thriving life after 60. Now, it's not a book in the normal sense of, you read it from cover to cover. Within the book, I have set out an introduction, really setting out some of the real principles that I think are so important. Ultimately, the more you do, the more you can do. If you keep your brain cells working, the science demonstrates very clearly that the neuroplasticity of your brain continues to be plastic. You continue to learn. When I was in my 20s, it was thought that when you were 21, you'd reached the zenith of your brain function and it was all downhill. They know that to be complete rubbish now. But you do have to keep using it. The more you use it, the more it will be able to help you. There's huge research now that shows that people in their 60s have the capacity to use past experiences to inform and to strategically plan and problem solve, find solutions, more in their 60s and early 70s than at any other time in their life. It's often a time when people have started to lose the inhibitions that, what will people think, and the pressures of, I've got to do this because I've got young children, or I've got to pay the mortgage, or I've got the gots, the oughts, the shoulds, the musts. There's no reason now why those should govern you in quite the same way that they did previously. You are the arbiter of the quality of your life. 95% of our thoughts are habitual. So if your habitual thoughts are positive and constructive, great. But if they're not, then it's very easy to go into patterns of thinking, emotions, actions, and language, which are less than helpful and at times downright destructive. But the interesting thing is that I've worked with so many people within this age bracket, and indeed I'm in this age bracket, who recognize that those shackles, those beliefs that kept them playing small, don't have to be there anymore. So many people that I've worked with have found a sense of purpose. Now, it could be that you would like to start a new business. And indeed, I started Genuinely You when I was in my 60s. It's my second business and it's my second career, or even third career. But it doesn't have to be a business. You don't need to be a maturepreneur. But what you do, I would suggest you, I would ask you to choose to do, is to make the very best of your life. So whether it's you're going to remember those dreams when you were younger of being creative, of doing things, traveling, of making a difference in the world, and start to think about how you might work to make those dreams a reality. And that's really the structure of the book. So at the beginning, there is an introduction which introduces principles to you. And then it's what I call an intentional journal. So every day there is a question. And those of you that are not familiar with intentional journals, it's an opportunity for you to write without filter. And when you just write to the question, you will find that answers become clear. What it does is it gets rid of all the white noise in your head, the I must, I should, I ought, I oughtn't to, and all of those. It's best done on a day-by-day basis. So the actual book provides with you with a thought, a question for the day. Each of those directed specifically at helping you find your sense of purpose, find your direction as you go forward. Now, there's some pretty startling research. The research shows that ultimately you choose the sort of health that you have to a large extent. I understand it's not all in your hands, but certainly how you eat, whether you exercise, whether you hydrate, sleep well, whether you have fun and are playful, will all have an impact on your immune system. Doesn't it make sense to take charge of that rather than be a victim to it? Many of the illnesses that really shake the very foundations of life for people who are over 60, diabetes, heart disease, obesity, all of those things are actually in your hands. But those people who are happy and feel fulfilled and feel they have a sense of purpose are far less likely to be lonely, because you will gravitate towards other people who also have purpose. You'll be helping people, which gives you a sense of satisfaction. There'll be a sense of structure to your life that perhaps would be missing otherwise. And that real sense of purpose has a profound impact on your emotional, spiritual, physical, mental well-being. So the book is designed step by step to help you over 2 or 3 months to take charge of your life and to make some really important revelations really about you and how you want to spend the rest of your life. Loneliness, ill health, a feeling that you don't matter are, I think, the most challenging things for people who are in the last third of their life, because many people are living to 90 and 100. But you want to live well. It's no good having a long, long life if you're miserable and depressed, or you are having no quality of life. I just want to make something clear. When I talk about quality of life, that's really a choice. So those of you who know me will know that I've learned to walk twice as an adult, and I still do use a wheelchair. So it's not about how mobile you are. It's about how authentic, how genuine you are, and whether you want to live a life of purpose or whether you're quite contented to watch the telly or to read. And there's nothing wrong with those things, but there is a lot more that you could do and could be. And some of this is about really learning to love who you are, appreciate that you have 6 decades of experience, expertise, creativity, problem solving, solution finding, and you have that opportunity to share that with other people. You know, in many cultures, people who are beyond the halfway point in their life, let's put it that way, are venerated. Their experience is really valued. And I think as we go into the new normal, the new era of consciousness, I think there's going to be a change, and that people are going to see that having someone who has walked their talk, who is authentic. I'm not talking about being bossy and saying in my day we did it this way. That's not what I'm saying at all. But if you actually want to make a positive difference in the world, to help other people, to feel great about yourself, then I would suggest to you a good starting point is this. And then on the website, you will find that there are workshops, retreats, There are opportunities for you to work as a group, come together with me to explore these and to look at the things that are holding you back. Old patterns of beliefs and behavior, for example. And it really is time to nip those in the bud. Well, by this time, they're probably a big tree. It's time to cut them down and to replace them with more empowering thoughts. So, today is the beginning of the rest of your life. Everything you do is a choice, and even not choosing is a choice. And every choice has consequences. So, doesn't it make sense for you to actively choose what's the quality of life that you want? How do you want to live out the rest of your life? If you're a grandparent, it's wonderful to spend that time with your grandchildren. But by the time they're 12, 13, 14, they'll be busy doing their own thing. And what are you going to do? When was the last time that you did something creative? I intend to grow old disgracefully. I'm going to grab life by the throat every day and make it count. Are you? Because if you're not, it's such a waste. So, the book's a great starting point. Come and join us on a workshop. I look forward to hearing from you. You can contact me through the website. That's info@junagardnerassociates.com. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Facebook. Talk to me. Come and join us. Thanks very much for listening. Bye-bye now.